Good afternoon, Arnold. How are you?
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Anton.
All right.
Thanks for having me here.
Yes. Good afternoon to those people watching on the live stream and watching in the replay. We have a very special guest, the founder of Tipaklong Scooters and Bikes, no? And
Bikes and scooters.
bikes and scooters. And so Arnold will talk to us about the brand. Paano ba nangyaring Tipaklong? What's
Yeah.
the opportunity? How can you rent the bikes? And most importantly, if you wanted to be a community partner, how can you be a community partner for Tipaklong bikes and scooters? So, sorry. So please join us. My name is Anton Diaz, founder of Our Awesome Planet. We're here to talk to Arnold Bufi of Tipaklong bikes and scooters. All right. Thank you. And we're here talking to and thank you, all right. So good afternoon, Arnold. Maybe we let's start siguro with the let's start with the video about
The
Tipaklong.
video. Yeah.
People could understand the brand.
Sure, sure.
Naapektuhan lang sa akin yung hanap buhay.
Ang problema ay ang hirap-hirap lumabas lalo na kung walang basakyan.
Limit yung mga lugar na pwede mong puntahan.
Unang-una na yung hanap buhay, trabaho. Pangalawa, itong pagtaas ng mga presyo, masyado ng mahal.
Sa akin, sinasakyan ko dati, pagpapasok ko ng trabaho, bus.
Dati, ang sinasakyan ko pag pumapasok ako ng trabaho, jeep.
Kaya ngayon, bike na lang.
Ayun po ngayon, ang sinasakyan ko po is nag-aangkas ako sa motor.
Natuto na akong magbike, puntang trabaho dahil sa pandemic.
The pandemic has made public transportation more difficult in a city with 20 million people. But Filipinos always find ways around challenges. Introducing TIPAKLONG, a bike and scooter rental service at an affordable price. With new partner communities, renting a bike can be simple. Ride alongside us for a better and brighter tomorrow. Let's get to the places we need to be.
All right. So
All right.
maybe Arnold, can you share to us how did you think about Tipaklong and how did Tipaklong came about?
Yeah. So it started June last year, no, 2020, of course, at the height of the pandemic. Meron lang akong experience prior to that. I think everybody, na coop tayo sa bahay, and then most of the businesses stop because we have another business. It's a lending business, and of course, as with everybody else, lahat ng businesses na naapektuhan. So hindi kami nag-operate for 2.5 months, no, I
Okay.
think until May. And then we started in June. But even when we started in June, mahirap pa rin. So either I have to decide whether I lay off people or reduced working hours, or I will think of something just for them to have like 5 days a week na work. So ang realization ko nung nakita ko na ang hirap ng public transportation, I studied yung bike sharing services in other countries, like Lime or Bird in the US, or
Yes.
even in Singapore. When I was in Singapore, merong OFO and Mobike. So my bike sharing that is in Singapore, which was, I think, even before the pandemic, was very popular in China. So I studied the sector very carefully with yung several reports from McKinsey on the direction of the mobility industry moving forward. So naisip ko, I mean, why not try rental service in Metro Manila. Not the rental service that you normally think about na yung nasa Circle, Quezon City Circle, or
Oo, hindi
PICC
ganun.
for
Oo, hindi.
recreational. Bike rental service, in a sense, na pwedeng gamitin ng tao for public transport, for mobility, no? In replacement to the public transport that was halted because of the pandemic. So, we just started with Facebook. Actually, ang first bike namin, Anton, that we rented out
Oo.
is my son's bike, second-hand mountain bike.
Talaga.
So we published it sa Facebook, okay, bike rental, and then may nag-respond.
Oo.
How much? How much po? The usual in the Facebook, how much? So like we rented it out at 350 per week and 850 per month. Then may nagrenta sa amin na taga Marikina, and
Oo.
he's working in Cubao. So ang ano niya, the motivation for him to rent kasi at that time walang public transport, 'di ba? So ang ginawa ng mga BPO companies is that may shuttle service
Oo.
for the employees from their homes, or at least may mga pick-up points lang, and then pupunta sa office. But the problem with the service like that is that para siyang school service. Kung malayo ka, ikaw ang unang susunduin.
Oo.
Tapos pag
Pero,
pauwi na, ikaw din yung huling iahatid. So, yung
Oo.
pagod ka na o antok ka na, nasa sasakyan ka pa rin. And then, nagsisiksikan pa rin kayo doon kahit 6 lang kayo sa isang van.
So, pero
You're still sharing it. Yes,
oo.
Aton.
No, question is, that was a lockdown, no?
That was lockdown in June.
Oo. And paano yung post-lockdown situation? Is the bike rental, what happened, no? But before you answer, we just wanted to say hi to Chris. Anak ng Tipaklong.
Anak ng Tipaklong. yan ang aking expression palagi, anak ng Tipaklong.
Anak ng Tipaklong. So, what happened with bike? Ngayon 2021 is are a lot of people really going after it? What happened?
Basically, when we started in June, of course, konti-konti lang yung nagre-renta, but meron pa rin. Kasi June, July, I think it was GCQ na, di ba? From like ECQ until around May, then June they eased up a little bit. So tuloy-tuloy kami, nag-start kami ng medyo konti lang ang rental namin ng June, July. But then August came. If you remember, August was MECQ, di ba?
Yes.
Modified Enhanced Community Quarantine. So our rentals shut up. Biglang dumami yung demand for bike rentals and electric scooters. Kasi nga walang masakyan sila uli eh. So nag-increase yung aming benta at that time. And then nung nag-relax na uli ng September, so it slowly went down again until December. Ganyan.
Okay.
So nung December, nung nakikita na namin na medyo, since nagno-normalize na, medyo umuunti yung nagrerenta ng bike, we realized that one of the barriers bakit konti yung nagrerenta ng bike is that we charge delivery fees. Kasi for example, ang warehouse namin is in Quezon City, but we have customers like as far as Pasay. So when they rent like 1 week or 1 month, we deliver the bikes, and then we charge delivery fee. Minsan medyo mahal, di ba? Kasi ang charge namin is we are copying yung Lalamove rates. Binababaan lang namin ng konti. So medyo mahal. Siguro the nearest maybe Cubao 250, 300, but if we go like Makati and Pasay, we charge like 550. But surprisingly, Anton, may pumapatol. May nagrerenta. May nagrerenta. So
Anong ginawa nyo?
Yun, so nung nakikita namin na medyo kumunti yung nagrerenta because of that delivery fees, we thought about how do we bring the bikes closer to the users. This is where we pivoted a little bit in December, where we tried community partners. Kasi sa community partners, wala kang delivery fee doon eh. Kasi ang rental namin for the online, I call it online, because we deliver it and they reserve the bike through Facebook. And then we rent out for 1 week and 1 month. Yun yung online namin. So yung community partners namin, which we started in December, yun yung offline namin. Kasi sa community partners, they're renting per hour. 15 pesos
diretso.
per hour.
Okay.
So then we have to look for suitable community partners, no? So because of our experience in lending, alam namin yung credit investigation, background investigation. So we
Oo.
carefully select the community
Professional.
partner.
Okay.
Either yung community partner namin is ang tawag dito, customer na rin namin sa lending, or sometimes hindi. So we started with a single community partner in December.
Oo. How many na
So
ngayon?
ngayon mga 9 na kami na community partners.
Okay.
So, ang ano namin, ang target namin is by the end of the year, maybe 100 community partners. So,
Wow.
where we operate right now is Quezon City kasi dito kami naka-base. So, we have community partners in Barangay Bagong Silangan.
So
I think we
per
have
barangay. Per
per
barangay.
barangay.
Per
Per
barangay.
barangay. So, pinag-aaralan namin yung population, gaano karami, etc. Then we have in Camarin, Caloocan, Bagong Silang, Caloocan, and meron kami sa Montalban actually. Yung bahay nung aming mekaniko. Actually ang nag-suggest sa akin ito yung mekaniko namin. Kasi ang sabi niya,
Galing ah.
why don't you give us 10 bikes, sabi niya. Tapos ang ano namin, ang arrangement namin with the community partners, wala silang upfront investments. The
Walang
bikes will
capital.
come from us. Wala silang capital. It's like a sharing economy, Anton, kasi
Galing ah.
you have people na walang ginagawa masyado. I think, out of job or nasa
Yes.
bahay lang. Pero meron silang space sa bahay that they can store the bikes, and then pwede nilang parentahan sa neighborhood nila, di ba? So binigyan namin sila ng livelihood opportunity, and mind you, these community partners are in low income communities, no? So Barangay Payatas, Bagong Silangan, Bagong Silang,
Wow, galing.
Camarin. So wala silang investment, and then may split kami, may revenue split kami. 70% goes to Tipaklong, 30% to them. And then weekly we get the rental income.
Pero maintenance sa inyo or
Maintenance sa amin. Every week
of the bikes.
we go around.
Okay, that's good.
May scheduled maintenance kami for every community partner. And then meron din kaming variation, like for example yung aming mekaniko. Siya yung mekaniko namin
Na siya.
So he can fix the bikes. So instead of 30%, he gets 35%.
So parang
Kasi siya na yung magano ng bike eh. So yung consumables like gulong, pag nasira yung gulong, yung interior, sa amin yon.
Sa inyo na
So
yun.
it's part of the OPEX. It's part of the OPEX of the company.
So essentially, you maintain the bike. So maybe can you share with us the story of these pictures? And you can share with our audience para ma-visualize nila yung business mo.
Yeah, yung mga pictures na to, karamihan yan katulad ng picture na yan. Yun yung mga early adopters namin that they rent from us, we deliver it to them. So they use it mostly at the time, to go out, go places.
So the bikes are mountain bikes, no?
The bikes are mountain bikes and Japanese city bikes.
Okay.
So, ang bikes kasi namin, meron kaming mga mountain bikes that we bought from Quiapo. But most of the bikes that we have are Japanese city bikes, tsaka yung hybrid na tinatawag. Yan, ano yan? Anton, ano yan? Parang special namin yan kasi these guys are from Indang, Cavite.
Okay.
Pre-nop na yan, na photos nila. So they rented the bike from us for a pre-nop photo shoot.
Galing
So pinick up nila yung bike sa amin sa Quezon City.
Okay, ah.
Tapos dinala nila sa Cavite. So itong mga to, this guy sa Antipolo yun eh. Tapos
Sabi
ito,
ko,
yan Anton, yung next, yan sa Antipolo yung guy. Yung ano na yan na yung community partners namin. So
ah,
we let them sign a memorandum of agreement
mhm.
on setting out the responsibilities ng community partner at saka ng Tipaklong. Ano yung sagot namin, ano yung sagot nila, pag nanakaw, ano yung gagawin nila.
Oh,
So something
paano
like
pala?
that.
Paano pala yung pag nanakaw nga? Marami ba or konti lang?
Ano naman, meron kaming near miss. May isang community partner na nanakawan siya pero natuntun din nila. So na-recover din namin yung bike eventually. So yun yung mga community partners. Tapos yung truck kanina, yun yung truck na binili namin noong January to
Ito,
deliver to
deliver the...
deliver around the community partners, and then yung nagdi-deliver din kami doon sa mga nag-order online.
Okay.
Yun yung mga photos na yan.
Okay.
Kaya makikita mo, Anton, ang color namin, green, di ba? Parang
Oh,
ikaw, your
green.
favorite
Of
color is
course, of
green.
course, of course. So these are the bikes, no? These are...
Yeah, those are the bikes. Nasa ano nasa likod ng bahay namin yan. Yun ang ano, yun ang background nila eh. Tapos
These
yan,
are...
yung sa bahay namin, yun yung naging parang warehouse. So
Okay.
yung kuha nga na yan, konti lang yung bikes diyan eh. Dati
Mhm.
yung picture na yan, ang
Punong-puno.
nandiyan na bikes around 50. So you can
So how
imagine
many bikes
punong-puno
do you
yan.
have now? How many bikes do you have now?
Right now we have 200 plus, siguro mga 230 like that.
Okay, these are the...
Yan ang Japanese city bikes.
Ito yung Japanese city bike.
Yung mga single gear lang na ano, yung pangpalengke lang, pang errands. Tapos meron din kami mga ganyang road bike
Racer,
na
road
ano,
bike. Oo. Okay.
parang mixed ano nung ano. Tapos
Ito, scooters.
we also have the electric scooters.
You have the electric scooter. Kamusta naman yung electric scooter? Are there a lot of people, ano?
Okay lang naman yung electric scooters. Paano eh, very anong tawag dito, very volatile yung demand eh. Mas ano kami doon sa bikes kasi for the bikes we can deploy sa community partners. So
Oo.
yung utilization mo is quite high. Kasi, you know, ang bababa lang ang rentals mo diyan pagka umuulan. Maghapong umulan, so walang magre-renta, di ba? Pero
Oo.
pagka medyo mainit, holiday, etc. So maganda yung ano. And ang very unique that we realized with the community partners is that for this kind of business, you have basically anong tawag dito, iniba mo yung ano eh, yung business model kasi in a regular business model, kung mag-expand ka in communities, magrerenta ka ng space, di ba? Magrerenta ka ng tao para to manage the rental business. So your fixed cost is quite high. So itong sa community partner, I have very good visibility of my cost kasi puro variable yan eh. Ang fixed cost ko lang is my staff, yung mekaniko, yung sales staff, yung support. But for the community partners, parang ano eh, ang equity nila doon, yung lugar nila, and then their time to manage the rental business. And then ang unique selling proposition namin sa kanila is that they don't have to invest anything, di ba? Sa
Ang
amin
ganda,
lahat
ang
yung
ganda.
ano, yung assets, yung upfront investments. And then for us also, we don't have the fixed cost. We don't have a 1-year rental lease contract. We don't have utilities. Kasi yun ang masakit sa ulo sa business, di ba? Your fixed cost eh.
Yes.
And I think realizing that from the pandemic, I think most business models will thrive if you babaguhin mo talaga yung ano mo eh, yung cost structure mo eh.
Oo, ang galing nga eh. I mean, in the community model works for the food, di ba? And I think
Correct.
for the bike as
Oh.
well. Galing ah. And for those viewers,
Brick and mortar, wala ka ng brick and mortar, ano, di ba? Wala ka ng brick and mortar, ano eh. I mean, ang rental ko na fixed cost ko supposedly is my house as the warehouse and my sister's house as a additional warehouse. Kasi ang kailangan ko space eh to put the bikes, di ba?
Now, Arnold, really interesting business model. Is there a particular parang profile of a community partner you guys are looking at? For those watching, you might be interested, no? Kasi they're looking, Tipaklong is looking for community partners. And maybe, Arnold, you can share with us what, based on your experience, what works, no, as a community partner for you guys.
Yeah, yung sa community partners, we started with yung criteria namin for the community partner. Of course, ang first criteria namin is credibility. Kailangan credible ka kasi we've experienced, we also have community partners na alam mo mga Pilipino ano kung lalamang makakalamang eh. Kasi ang system namin is manual, 'di ba? Hindi pa namin to ino-automate eh. Manual
For
yan,
now.
logbook eh.
Uh,
You
for now,
record,
for
you record yung magrerenta, you get the cash, etc. And then may mga na-experience kami na alam namin niloloko kami. Kasi alam namin kung from benchmarking, alam namin kung ano yung reasonable revenue mo for a day. Around 300, 500. Pag maganda, 600, 700. Up to
Okay.
maybe 1,000 pag talagang maganda. Eh may mga community partners kami that we've experienced in the last 2 months. You know, magre-remit lang sa amin ng 100 a day kasi mahina, ma'am, sir. Ganun. So, so ang ginagawa namin is pagka ganyan, ipo-pull out namin, nahanap kami ng ibang community partner na. No? So, I mean to us, it's always our number one still is dapat yung credibility mo is nandiyan kasi siyempre pera yun eh. And then yung mga nawala ng trabaho ng pandemic kasi
Okay.
may mga customer kami na halimbawa dating taxi driver nawala ng nagsarado na yung kanyang yung pinagtatrabaho niyang naglalabas ng taxi so wala siyang trabaho. So parang tatay ito ng kaklase ng staff namin. So binigyan namin siya ng trabaho. So medyo may siya, may kumbaga honest yung mama. So maganda yung performance niya. So ang ginagawa namin ngayon dahil anong tawag dito mano-mano pa, kailangan yung character very important eh. Kasi talagang yung leakage medyo malaki. But moving forward, Anton, we are thinking about, we've already engaged an IT developer to develop a mobile application. Kasi what we're thinking is that siguro in the months to come, ang gagawin namin i-improve namin yung bikes with a lock na may QR code.
Okay.
Tapos yung QR code will just scan the bike tapos may smartphone yung aming community partner tapos mag-unlock yon and then magcha-charge na siya on an hourly basis. So ang gagawin namin dapat yung community partner meron ka lang parang credits sa wallet mo dun sa app. So it's like the Grab driver, di ba? Grab driver may credits siya eh. And then pag may nagbabayad sa kanya ng cash, nababawasan yung credit niya doon sa kanyang wallet. So ganun ang iniisip naming way kasi that's the only way that you can control the leakage eh. Kasi doon wala na silang hindi ka na makakadaya, 'di ba? Kasi otherwise kung hindi mo i-unlock yung bike, hindi mo magagamit 'yon kasi if we deliver it to them, naka-lock 'yon. So parang it's a bike and sharing system that's like the one in China and Singapore but parang tweak dito sa conditions natin na community-based ang approach namin. So hindi siya yung katulad nung yung kasi meron na sa BGC ang yung bike and scooter sharing. I don't know if you've heard about this company. It's called Mover, MOOVR.ph. So I think they've their inspiration is also the bike sharing in the US. Bike and scooter sharing in the US, parang dinala nila dyan. So may mga stations sila sa BGC. I think 15 stations where you can get the scooter, unlock it with an app, and then you can use it around.
So, but
Then you can...
ang Tipaklong, the community you're looking at are really high residential communities. Ganun
Yes,
ba?
residential communities. Right now, we are starting with the low-income communities. But later on we will we will segment yung medyo medium yung mga subdivisions basta mayroong tricycle kasi pag may tricycle meron kang may kliyente ka kasi if we can provide means of mobility that is cheaper than tricycle or even kahit pareho lang tapos may social distancing ka, 'di ba? Naturally kasi wala kang kasama eh.
Kasama.
'Di ba sa pagbabike mo. So I think it's an option for us, that we can give to customers na hindi ka magda-tricycle, di ba? Hindi ka mag-jeep. You can use the bikes or scooters.
Okay. All right. So how can they where's the best way for them, if they're interested to know more about the bikes or to be interested as a community partner? What's the best way to contact you, Arnold, or the brand?
Yeah, I think sa Facebook, hindi ko masyado kabisado yung link, but just
We'll share. We'll
look
share.
for Tipaklong Bike and Scooter. Kami lang yung nandyan eh. Walang
Ito.
iba.
So bakit
Tipaklong Bike and
tipaklong?
yes.
Bakit tipaklong? Yan. Yan tinatanong ng mga tao.
Siguro Anton, mga pang 10 ka na nagtanong sa akin ng Tipaklong, and meron na akong standard answer doon sa ano kasi Tipaklong because when I was studying this sector, may nakita ako na pilot project that ADB did in 2012. It's called Tutubi. If you look at it in the internet, yung Tutubi bike scooters or bike sharing ADB, they already did it in 2012. So nung pinag-iisipan ko, bakit Tutubi? Sabi ko parang wala namang connection yung Tutubi sa bicycle, di ba? So I thought of another insect. So because what we are promoting is green, so like I thought of Tipaklong. Although kasi ang Tipaklong meron ding brown eh. But most Tipaklong are green. So, green, it's clean transportation, it's sustainable transportation, 'di ba? Mechanical bicycle or electric scooter. Wala kang internal combustion engine that you use like cars or motorcycle, 'di ba? So it's green. That's number one. Number two is ang analogy ko dyan is that Tipaklong can hop. So if you use Tipaklong, you can hop on a bike, on a scooter, then you can breeze through. Lalo na ngayon, may mga bike lanes na eh. So you can breeze through. As compared to if you own a car, you're stuck on that side of the road that is with all the cars, with the buses, with the trucks. So you're like pong-pagong. So nandun ka, pong-pagong ka. Ano tawag dito? Uusad ka ng mabagal-bagal kasi nga pong-pagong ka eh. But then if you use Tipaklong, you're on the bike lane, you can hop and go from place to place with just a breeze. Kasi walang traffic sa bike lanes eh. Tsaka walang anong tawag dito, walang counterflow sa bike lane. It's bidirectional always. Hindi mo kailangan tumawid. Bidirectional ka, hindi ka uhulihin. Hindi ka uhulihin ng MMDA or ng mga tawag dito, MAPSA or whoever. Kasi, you can counterflow. Hindi ka uhulihin.
Galing galing.
Yun.
Really good project. Maybe some final thoughts lang or invite people to invite people to use your service or be a community partner.
Yeah, if you want to go to Manila Bay or some other places that you want to go biking and then hindi ka pa committed na bumili ng bike, rent from us first and then you experience biking. We will deliver it to you. Punta lang kayo doon sa Facebook page, then we agree on the terms and then we will deliver the bike to you. And then kung mag-extend ka, GCash na lang, etc. Ang ano namin ngayon is cash on delivery. Pagka dineliver namin yung bike, and then we get some collateral also, government ID, para to make sure na ibabalik sa amin yung bike. Kasi if we don't get the collateral, alam mo naman sa atin, di ba?
Magkano per hour? How much per?
Baka hindi na. Ang ano namin is weekly for the online. So ang weekly namin is 350 for the mountain bike. And then monthly is also 850. But for the Japanese city bike, 300 lang per week. So it's a very cheap alternative for you to kesa bumili ka ng bike na mahal. So you try it first and then maybe kung talagang bike ang gusto mo, then maybe you can buy later on. And yun, so they can go to Facebook to rent a bike from us, or if they are interested as a community partner, let us know also on Facebook para we can assess. Kasi meron din kaming application form for the community partners. Kasi we have to do the process of investigation, credit investigation, background investigation, para yung partners namin will subscribe to the values that we have, integrity, green, active lifestyle, something like that.
Thank you, congratulations, and good luck with this.
Thanks. Yeah.
And
Thanks Anton for having me here. I'm very excited. Kanina medyo wala na ako masyado nagawa preparing for the
no, it's really a good initiative and very timely for the post-pandemic initiative. Biking is one of those things that thrived, of course, no, during the pandemic and even moving forward, I guess. So thank you, and
Thank you. Thanks Anton.
yes, please make sure to check out Tipaklong Bikes and Scooters. Thank you,
All right.
Arnold. Thank you,
All
guys.
right, thanks
Bye.
Anton. Bye-bye.